Looksmaxxing is going way too far. And honestly, it's kind of corny at this point. People are trying their hardest to look like the peak of attraction just to look like an absolute troglodyte. You see what I'm saying? Like seriously, who thinks this is attractive? I thought the aim was to look objectively attractive, not the complete opposite. I mean, come on bro. This looks like Steve from Minecraft. Let's be so honest. You see, this topic is very convoluted with several factors. It involves people trying to fit in society, finding any means to do so, thinking that just merely their appearance will help them. Then you have the few some that take things way too far, making things way too extreme, which within the Looksmaxing community is far too frequent. Now, I think to clearly understand what the fundamental problems within Looksmaxing is, we have to know what is Looksmaxing. Well, Looksmaxing is by definition an internet subculture focused on maximizing physical attractiveness. Sounds good, right? Well, even the definition goes on to say, people do this often through questionable techniques. Now, what techniques do you ask? Bone smashing, tan injecting, or sunbed overuse, steroids, oh, and straight up methamphetamines. Yep, gotta lose that weight somehow, hey? Now, before we get into Looksmaxing and the negative factors around it, I have to mention it can't always be all that bad. There is genuinely some positive things about the community and what it can do for some aspiring people, as long as you do it properly and not obsessively like most people. And if you actually do the correct unbiased searching of a proper idol, you can look up to someone and aspire to look somewhat like them or achieve the quota that you're trying to reach within attractiveness. This whole topic is a bit strange. One example would be Z's, I think that's how you say his name. That person inspired many people and had quite a positive impact on the world. Aspire to be like that. Someone who should have taken a page out of this guy's book would be this guy. Yes, Clav. You see, Clav's platform is just ever growing constantly further and further. But with this exposure and growth comes the constant need to look a certain way, and he is just going to higher and higher lengths.
Why are you doing these things? Why are you risking your health with anabolics? Why are you, dumping, all this money that you have into peptides and nootropics and this and that?
But that's for you to decide whether you think that's disgusting. Injecting straight fluids to dissolve your fat in your face, that's not gross at all. Honestly, tell me if you think that is gross in the comments, because maybe I need to do it myself. My face does get a little bit puffy sometimes. I know someone in the comments is going to call me a sub 024567 beta gamma male with normie facial structures and a recessed maxilla. Give me a rating. That actually moves me on to the next topic, the community. They're just chopped. They're chopped incels. Let's be so honest. It is genuinely unprecedented how much of a contrast of the community is about the topic that they are surrounded by. How can someone looking like this be talking and surrounded about people like this? It is a complete juxtaposition. If someone told me that the Looksmaxing audience is the most delusional, I would fully agree. If someone showed me like some sort of statistic, I wouldn't be surprised at all. See, the thing with this community is, like I said, they're outcasts. They're just trying to fit into society in the way they know how, which is just statistics and what to do, with this weird ideology that just merely looks is the only thing that matters, which could not be further from the truth. And sorry I've still got Clav's meat in my mouth, but I have to talk about him more, because he is a perfect example of this. He genuinely struggles conversing with a woman that has a shred of self-respect for themselves, and it's so obvious. It is also mixed with this weird perception of women he has, because he learned how to talk to females in Miami, so of course you're gonna have this complete broken view on women, because everyone there would do anything strange for a piece of change, if you get what I'm saying.
We can do this thing where we go on 5 dates and do all this personality stuff, and then we fuck, but why would you want to wait for the best night of your life? We're still going to do all those things, but I'm just going to give you a good time first.
Okay. That's like the cutoff.
Leave it.
But this has already been highlighted. Enough about this chud for now. And let's move on to his chud friend, Cookie King. Now there are certain people in this world that seriously rage bait me, and he is one of them. I can't quite put my finger on it. I don't know what it is about him. The best way to describe Cookie King is as one of those fish that bite the dead skin cells off of your feet. Not really doing much content wise, just existing. You've got to respect it a little bit. But to say he hasn't had results within this Looksmaxxing community would be just straight up a lie. He has objectively got way more attractive. And that's a fact. If I denied this, if anyone denied this, it's biased. It's straight hatred. That's hating on another level. Look at this to that. As much as I dislike the guy, I have to give credit where credit is due. But Cookie King is an example of a chud in the Looksmaxxing community turning into someone who's conventionally attractive, I suppose. Because you see, nothing about his personality has improved in any way. Arguably, it has got a lot more worse and a lot more volatile. Becoming a lot more self-obsessed and just socially inept to everybody else around him, really. Nah, this guy's such a leech. I feel him sucking my life force as we speak. Pause! Now, I've said in Looksmaxxing people can get obsessed, but some people can take this to just an absolutely disgusting extreme and be fixated, completely obsessed. One person I'd like to talk about is Ollie London. You see, this man isn't just an example of Looksmaxxing, he is a message to everyone. He is a message that if you obsess over your appearance so much, you will lose yourself and there will be serious repercussions. And for him, I think that was pretty bad repercussions. Just look at him now. Just like a lot of these Looksmaxxing goons, he had a very low self-esteem when he was younger, and it genuinely affected him growing up.
Ollie London's in the studio. Hello.
Thanks for having me on the show.
Well, no, thank you for reaching out to us. I think it's the first time we've ever gotten a chance to actually interview somebody who's reached out to us first.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
An actual reason why you reached out to us first.
Later on in his life, he would go on to move to South Korea, which you could question is the worst decision he ever made. You see, when he went to South Korea, he gained a certain obsession. And no, it wasn't just yet Looksmaxxing and appearance focused. He was obsessed with a certain BTS member, Jimin. Yes, a grown man obsessed with a K-pop band member. Damn me. Society is genuinely cooked, guys. Now, why was he so obsessed? You've got to tell me in the comments why someone would be so obsessed with Jimin. Like, I understand K-pop, woo, but this level of obsession that he gained is just next level. I'm sorry. My guess is because of BTS's generational run back in the day. They were the first K-pop group, let's be so honest. Ollie London would go on to have over 30 plus operations and surgeries to augmentate his appearance, even becoming the first transracial, I'm going to use that very lightly, person in the world. He decided to identify as Jimin. That is the levels and the extent that this guy isn't idolizing, but obsessing and being creepy over. Surgery after surgery, he'd feel a brief moment of happiness, just to eventually want more. It was an addiction. He was addicted to changing his appearance. I can confidently say Ollie London never felt comfortable within his own body and never liked his own appearance. This is something he will have to learn, but after the repercussions of absolutely destroying his body. All you can hope is that he doesn't kill himself by doing this. And this lesson is important, but his whole appearance was the collateral damage. Honestly, quite sad. Now, if you've got this perception of me hating Looksmaxxing, you'd be wrong, because you see, I love Looksmaxxing only because of one single thing. One thing recently happened, which has been blowing up. It happened just before the Super Bowl, actually. Yep, the Super Bowl, the most televised show in the world, and it was almost as big as it. Now, I'll give you some clues. The person who it was about, he works out a lot, but to be honest, I don't have much knowledge on him before this event, and I'm guessing you don't either. Now, let me say this clue for the real ones that know. He is a leader of a frat. ASU to be exact. Ooh, this is becoming a poem. I need to just die. That's right! The person who framed Mob Clav. I'm gonna leave it on that. Like and subscribe, let's go!